Hey everybody, subscribe to my channel, and in this video there's gonna be a few mistakes and people are gonna become very aggressive with each other. Stay tuned. Now last week we had the Grand Valley Highway 1, which is a completely new circuit. I'm sure you know that by now, but if you don't, it's a brand new circuit that was actually part from the very first Gran Turismo game up until this game, and in this installment actually it looks completely different than how it used to look. Now as you saw, I managed to get all gold from all sectors and the lap as well, and I wanted to see what kind of prize do I get from that marathon ticket. And of course, wow, are you serious, game? What? That's so bad. It is pretty bad, Crass Grandpa. Now, as you can see, my sportsmanship rating has went to B from the previous video, and I'll try to be very careful. Now, as we can see, I wanted to choose a car that is actually one of the best in the top global ranking, and of course it is the Ford GT race car from 2018, which I bought, and of course bought all the tires, which there's no need to show again. And thanks to Liquid Black 95, I've put on a very cool Dragon Ball Z type of livery. So this is my practice sessions, which was very abysmal, I have to say. I did love to bang myself right into barrier, it seems, every time I didn't manage to get it right, and kept on going. Wow, that tricky high-speed chicane was very tough to manage and handle, and by the end of it I paused right before the finish line. It was 1 minute 49.5, and we're gonna carry on to the first race, which I start on P14 out of 15, which is almost stone dead last. Now as we can see at the very beginning, I have a really good run on Noodle right here, and Noodle is actually a very quick driver. I've noticed that they just change their car every now and then, all the time, like every race they just race in a different car right from the back. Now we are going side by side right here in the first corner. From their perspective we can see that I have a better launch, and they do kind of bang into me. Maybe they thought that I'm going to turn a little bit sooner. As we're going to carry on into this hairpin, I missed my braking point just a little bit, and that will make me hit Hyperion right here, which I did want to let them go and also let TCR Daniel go because it did ricochet into them. Now as we go into this infield, Speedy Boy right here managed to nib the inside of this corner right here, and as we carry on right here, we're going to go into their perspective, and they kind of get a little bit all sorts of wrong, and it does ricochet into Mendoza, and that gives me P14 back, and I'm gonna capitalize on that as well. As we go into TCR Daniel's perspective, they kind of press the gas where they shouldn't have, and that actually makes them go out of the race for now. Now as we carry on right here, some people are gonna serve their penalties. Now as we carry on into lap number 2, we're going to see a side-by-side action between Speedy Boy and Hyperion Blue GT, and as I go right here, Speedy Boy actually hits Noodle, and that kind of offsets their car, and that actually is going to grant me P12 momentarily as I go side-by-side with Noodle right here. And I do lift off just a little bit, and they barely lifted off. They were very courageous over there, I must say. Now into the hairpin we go. Mendoza from behind hit me just a tiny little bit, which did cause damage to my car. And as we carry on into the back straight, Wellington has quit the race, which grants me P12, which is great, you know. So we carry on into lap number 3. We can see Jack in the Box has left the game, and that grants me P11. As we carry on into the main straight here, I have an amazing run over Muffler, and we're gonna go into the first braking point right here and manage to get the job done. As we carry on into the hairpin, I managed to secure another position thanks to someone going out, but as I go behind Hyperion here actually broke way too early, and that just ricocheted me.
Bro,
into the wall, and that was my live reaction over there, which, yeah, I did get a little bit pissed over that, but, you know, mistakes happen. It is what it is. We were racing very, very closely to each other. And as we're gonna skip into lap number 8, Speedy Boy has also left it, and I get it all sorts of wrong. I try to brake as much as I can, and boom, into barrier. I get a 1.5 second penalty, plus another half a second penalty for ignoring the track limits. And that will conclude race number 1 right here, which I did start P14 and survived to P12, but still stone dead last. Went again to practice run and I did a 149.2, so that's an improvement of 3/10. And we're going to carry on to race number 2 with sportsmanship rating C. So I've dropped sportsmanship and I wanted to be very careful here. That's why I didn't even start right away. I wanted to give breathing room to everybody ahead of me so I could maybe try and improve my sportsmanship rating. But that wasn't really enough since TCR Daniel here had a little incident, I think, with revert. I'm not really sure about that. Yeah, surely revert, because they had a little bit of lag over there. As we carry on into the infield, I went a little bit too wide, and because of that, I'm gonna have a half a second penalty, which I'm not gonna serve in this lap. I'll serve in the next lap. Now, as we carry on to lap number 2, we can see they almost went 3 wide over there momentarily. So that's gonna maybe help me pass them right over here in this hairpin, but it seems like it isn't. So we're carrying on onto the back straight, and I have to serve my penalty, and Noodle as well, which Noodle served a bigger penalty, so that grants me P12 right now, which is great. Now Scorpion had to serve their penalty in the next lap, and I'm right behind Kyle, which, as we can see right here in the main straight, I'm trying to go to the right, but I did nudge them a little bit, which was not cool at all. And going into their perspective, we can see that it was actually done almost a little bit cleanly, but yeah, that's what happens. And we can see Alonso in the infield has kissed the barrier, but I wonder why. So if we look at the replay right here at 80K's perspective, you can see they're just bumping into Alonso once, and then right here they just don't even brake. They just lift a little bit and just went right into the back of them. So that's not very cool, 80K. I don't know what exactly happened between you two, but revenge punting or whatever is not something that should be done, honestly. As we carry on into the tricky chicane at the very last few corners, onto the main straight, we can see Crotalos here is actually not going to leave Speedy Reed a lot of room and just going to shove them into the wall. Okay, so that just happened, and we're going to skip into lap number 6 again onto the tricky chicane once more behind Crotalos and 80K. And as we go right here, I get it a little bit too wrong, and because of that, Speedy Reed and Noodle are just going to fly past me as if, you know, I don't really exist, because that was pretty easy. Coming on to braking zone number 1, and Noodle actually stopped it. Beautifully done over there, even though I had more speed and more top end. And as I've mentioned before, Noodle is very quick, very fast, and now they're on the BMW compared to the Nissan GTR of the previous race. And Speedy Reed here is just gonna pit maneuver Noodle completely as if they don't exist. And I'm gonna capitalize over that and pass both Noodle and Speedy Reed, but I was very aware of that and actually was pretty scared what they're gonna do to me on turn 1 after this long main straight. And as we carry on right here, we can see in the replay view there are actually 2 more cars behind Speedy Reed. And here we go into the first braking zone. They do brake, but not a lot, and they just go into the back of me, and I didn't like that at all. So I started flashing my lights onto them to let them know, hey, that was not cool at all. Not only me, you also destroyed Noodle back then. And I kept on flashing my lights, trying to put them off maybe, but they broke a little bit too soon. And I said, you know what, that's, even though they did kind of destroy Noodle and pump me, I didn't want to overtake them like that. It's not good sportsmanship at all. So we carry on into here, and I still flashed my lights. I wanted to put them off, maybe distract them a lot over here. As we carry on, into the tunnel, and we're gonna exit it right now. And I'm gonna stick into the right, go side by side with Speedy Reed, which is pretty dangerous looking at it right now, because honestly that was not a cool thing, mainly because I'm sure they're going to bump me after that. And as I go right here, yep, they're gonna give me a little boost and pit maneuver me, and that's the second person they pit maneuvered in this race, and I was not happy with that at all whatsoever. Now Noodle right behind me managed to catch up thanks to that, and we're gonna have our own little battle right here into the infield. We go side by side, and Noodle actually has a better car into this infield. Honestly, they had no problems whatsoever overtaking me over there, and that was after leaving each other lots of space, and they outbrake themselves a little bit, so I do manage to close up the gap once again. And as we carry on onto the main straight of the final lap, I'm gonna tuck it into the right over there. That was pretty unexpected, honestly. Into the first braking point we go, and we can see the braking on that BMW is better, honestly. Now I don't know if it was my fault that they went wide like that. It was a little bit of contact over there, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna lift right here, let them pass through, because you know I did feel guilty about that. I don't really know if it was my fault or not, but over here, oof, I had to brake a little bit more so I won't pit maneuver Noodle. And basically that was that for that race. Honestly, just P12, not the greatest result honestly, but it's better than losing positions than what you started with. So into the last race we go. This time I'm going to start stone dead last right behind Noodle, and Noodle here is with a Mustang, which I gotta say have a very cool type of roaring engine. And as we go by Crotalis, something happened with them, and I'm going to capitalize on that. We all are, and they lose like a bunch of positions over there. Alonso has went a little bit too wide over there, and Lenny Mac has missed their braking point. Also Soul Dog has as well, and because of that we're all gonna pass them, both of them. So we carry on into the infield. Right behind Steve Speed, who broke way too early, and Soul Dog is gonna pass me because of that. They did get a 2-second penalty, I guess, because of what happened earlier in the hairpin, but carrying on nevertheless. Crotalis here did pit maneuver me a little bit, but they're lifting off. They are letting me by because they know it was pretty dirty and it was an accident, and I greatly appreciate that they did not pass me and took the opportunity into their hands. So carry on right here onto the bridge we go, and Soul Dog has to serve their penalty, a 2-second penalty right here. They go to the right, letting everybody know they got to serve the penalty. That is cleanly done, very, very good. Carry on into this right-hander in the tunnel, and we can see into this trick chicane right here. Muffler and Steve Speed are gonna go side by side, which is not advisable over there, and Big Baller is actually gonna capitalize on that, and I'm gonna give them a little bit of boost over here. Now Steve Speed wanted to give us a lot of space, but they gave us too much to the point they hit the wall, which is not advisable at all, but nevertheless, thank you very much. And as we carry on into this main straight, I'm gonna go so fast right here. We're gonna go 3 wide into the first corner right here, and going into Muffler's point of view, we can see Big Baller has accidentally touched me a little bit, but they're gonna carry on right here, and let's go. I was very happy with that, like 3 wide going on the outside, managing to pass both of them over there. That was really good in my opinion. Now carrying on into the infield, we can see ATK's point of view. There's going to be slight contact between the Canadian and the Brazilian. Seems like they don't like each other, or I'm not sure really what happened over there, but we can see the Brazilian here gave them way too much room, and I'm not sure exactly why, because they're going to have a penalty to serve anyways. But going into this bridge right here, and I'm gonna pass the Brazilian right here on the bridge, and carrying on into this tricky chicane, you can see Noodle has bumped Scorpion a little bit, and as they try to not bump them again, it's just a ricochet effect that you can't really avoid. It's very hard to avoid, but Scorpion had to bite the dust over there, and carrying on into this tunnel, I'm gonna go into the right of Almada and actually overtake them fairly easy. This car is very good at the top end, and Noodle with 5 seconds penalty, that should be pretty frustrating, but you know, you win some, you lose some, what can you do? But they're gonna go side by side over there. That's pretty awesome to see, actually. And going into this hairpin right here, I tried not to touch ATK, they barely left me any room, but you know, that happened. But Almada here tried to lift and not really go into them, but pit maneuver seems to be the name of the game right here, unfortunately. So skipping onto the final part of lap number 5 into lap number 6, Noodle has managed to catch up to me, and I try to go defensive right here, and hopefully I'll be able to keep this position and defend until the end of this race, because I know Noodle is faster than me. Now as they go right here, they overcook the turn 1 a little bit, but after we had a slight little bit of contact, nothing major, we carry on nevertheless onto this very fast sweeping corners right here. I barely lift over there, and I do manage to keep the position right here. We can see Noodle in the radar just managing to creep in and get closer and closer to me, which is getting very stressful for me because I know how quick they are. They are very fast right here. So we're gonna carry on into the infield, and they are getting closer and closer. I'm sweating bullets right here, man. It's so difficult to keep this position from a quicker driver than you, and you also know that their car can handle the infield better than you can. So carry on here into the right-hander, onto the bridge we go. I'm gonna go defensive here since I don't want them to get my position at all. Wow, this is so beautiful. Now carrying on into the tunnel right here, they overcook the turn too much, but as they slide here, they are gonna lift a little bit more to let me pass by, so we can live to fight another day. Going into this long straight, Noodle keeps on pressuring me more and more, and it is actually getting to me, and it's just a matter of time if they keep this pace that I'll make a little mistake. And as you can see, I'm on the right here. They are trying to still get the slipstream while staying on the outside, because I got the inside covered pretty well, but the brakes on that Mustang is better than mine. And as we go right here, they slide a little bit. I touch them tiny bit and I lift. I didn't want to carry on and pit maneuver Noodle once again, so they managed to keep that position. Jumping into the last lap onto the leader's point of view, which is Jack in the Box, and as they're gonna go into this hairpin, they kind of screw that over, and I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I think they broke way too late. Now Zach actually has managed to catch up onto Jack in the Box, and they're both into this infield. As they go right here, Zach is gonna try the inside, but he does break and gives Jack in the Box a lot of space right here. And as they go right over here, Jack in the Box has managed to slide a little bit, and this is the weirdest thing. It looks like they wanted to punt them, push them off, but at the very last second, they just go onto the right. They go into the wall, and I don't know what is this behavior. They don't go onto the track. They go pinball, and it's just two explanations in my opinion over here. That they either want to win all the time to keep their stats up. As you can see, they go into the wall and I pass them easily, and after that they actually quit, which they also quit in the previous race. So I really don't understand that, really. Either they're a sore loser or they just want to win all the time. I don't know. But in the end, I got P4, and Almada was very close indeed, and that was my best result on that race. And if you want to see all the unedited versions of all the races in this video, you can check out the description down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment what you like the most about this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.